Hey guys, it is Glamma Wendy Lee, and I am waiting for some people to jump on here. Anybody? For the record, if you're watching the replay and you make comments, then I can't see them right away. It's not like Hogwarts, so your comments aren't like interactive with my video that I made yesterday, but keep that in mind. Hey Bev, hey Nicole. Okay, so some people are jumping on, and you'll notice I have no makeup on. And people will say, well, how do you sell makeup when you don't wear makeup all the time? Well, I don't know anybody who wears makeup all the time. Everybody's got a down day, right? This is my down day. I had a bad pain night. I have what's called painsomnia as part of my diagnosis. So I'm in so much pain that I can't sleep, but I'm exhausted. So it's like 3 o'clock. Dogs are going crazy. And yeah, I'm not doing makeup today. It hurts to put clothes on. It's just not gonna happen. So anyway, we have awesome skincare, so I don't need makeup all the time. 46-year-old face. Okay, anyway, vendor shows. Stop it.
I'm laughing at the dog.
My children are laughing at me, and this is Wrangler. Wrangler's doing a live. Yeah. So, I switched companies in October, and I got a lot of, oh my God, you just switched companies before the biggest season of the year. What are you thinking? Well, I was thinking that the company I was with was not a good fit for me anymore. I was not benefiting emotionally, financially, in any way from being part of that company. And I am not here to diss that company or even discuss why I left. It was not a good fit. So I moved. And it was September 27th, actually, was my official termination date. Hey, Carrie. And so, and my other Carrie, hi Carrie. I contacted everyone that I had already booked vendor shows with and said, hey, switch companies. I know there's nobody else in the area. Is it okay that I just come with Limelight instead? And they were like, oh yeah, no problem. And okay, so I showed up with my Limelight. There is no one in a 400-mile radius that sells Limelight. Brand new to the area. But my sales were better than when I had the other company last year. In like November, my big holiday month, when I was doing a lot of shows. How do I find the shows? Carrie from Colorado Springs, Carrie Mand asked me this yesterday. How do I find my shows? Well, I have been friends with a lot of people who do the shows for years. So we get emails and that kind of thing. There's also some Facebook pages, you know, Northwest Kansas, Eastern Colorado, vendor shows. There's calendars, word of mouth. You just have to put yourself out there and you find the shows. How do I decide if it's worth going? Is more of a gut feeling. How big is the town that it's in? You know, we're in Northwest Kansas, so sometimes these towns are tiny, tiny, tiny. What else is going on? Is it some kind of carnival and festival and the craft show's stuck in the corner? And you just have to get a gut feeling for if it's going to be worth it. Is it the only event in town that's going to be drawing people in? Are there a whole bunch of events going on that are going to distract people? And you have to get to kind of know what's going on. Hey, Beck, you have to know what's good, what's bad. Talk to people who've done the shows before. Get to know those people. Build those relationships with the people who go to these shows every year. I know Bev, I don't know if she's still on, she does Norwex, and she goes to a lot of shows, and she will say, hey, there's this show here, do you want to be involved? And it depends on my schedule and my gut feeling. Hey, Bonnie. So that kind of thing. It really just depends on finding the right fit for you. depending on what products you have and that kind of thing. Now, being brand new to the area, as I said yesterday, is a blessing and a curse. People didn't know what we were. They'd never heard of Limelight. A couple people were like, oh yeah, my daughter-in-law sells that in Denver, or my niece sells it in Wichita, but nobody around here. They hadn't seen the products. They hadn't touched the products. So that was the important part, was getting those products in front of people so that they could see them, they could smell them, they could touch them, they could see. Hey, Bonnie, thank you. They could see what the masks were like, or the scrubs. They could smell them. They could put them on their hands. They could swab. I had testers so they could test eyeshadows and lip glosses and that kinds of things. And so they could see it and try it. And I may not have gotten the sale that day, but they would order later. And I have a glass block where they can fill out like a drawing slip for a free item, and they put that in there. And then I've got their information, and I can email them, and whoever didn't win, even those people, I can email them and go, hey, I met you at the Colby Christmas fair. Really, hey Key, I'd really like to get together or tell you more about it. What are you interested in? Is it skincare? Is it makeup? And you get to build those relationships, and that's really what's important about vendor shows, is not so much just shoving your product down somebody's throat, but getting them to know you and trust you and see that, hey, you know, this is what you want to do. Somebody asked questions. Mascaras. I sold a lot of mascaras. My old company had issues with their mascara, and people wanted to see what I had and how it was different. And I haven't had one person return a mascara. They are incredible. So it's just that kind of thing. It's building relationships is the biggest and most important aspect of doing those vendor shows. So yes, I had a very successful fall, and we cut our vendor season short because of grandbaby. Normally I will go from about Halloween till the week before Christmas, and I ended it Small Business Saturday was my last vendor show, and then grandbaby was born December 1st. So hey Leslie, Leslie will tell you all about relationships are more important than just getting the products out there. You have to know those people. And Carrie, I will be doing shows again in the spring, and I don't have them set up yet. There's usually one in Norton around Valentine's Day, and I'll have to get in touch with those people. The spring shows I haven't booked yet, but I'll be busy again in spring, say February to May will be another vendor show season. And before grandbaby, I would travel up to 2 hours away. This year, not knowing when she was going to go into labor, I stayed kind of, thanks Leslie, I kind of stayed closer to home. But I can probably venture out a little bit further. I have gone as far as Denver in the past. A friend of mine from high school had a show, and I went to that, and I visited friends from Denver when I was up there. So I have been known to travel for my shows, and it just depends on what hits me as what might be a good idea. And I always set up all of my products. I sanitize everything, but they can see and touch and feel, like I said, and that's important. Anybody else have questions? Yeah. You hear the dogs and the kids in the background. Yeah, this is my life. Hey, Bailey. Bailey is a little girl that I used to babysit when she was little, and she has her own child now, and I'm a grandma, and this just is unreal to me. These kids are growing up. So if nobody has questions about vendor shows or timing of me leaving or anything like that, anybody? All right, I'm going to say goodbye. I love you all. Leslie, yes, keeping it real. This is me. Like I said, a lot of the time there is no makeup. Yes, I will be babysitting Glam Baby. Mommy will be going back to work as a CNA. I think she's going to be doing 2 to 10s.
Probably.
She doesn't know yet. So I'll be babysitting until Daddy gets off from work. And then he comes here and he takes care of him until Diva Mommy comes home. So how does it take away from my work day? Well, I work from my phone. And I just have to schedule things. You know, I work during his naps. Right now he doesn't do a whole lot. But yeah, when he gets bigger, we're going to have to make a tighter schedule around what Glam Baby demands. Because he's in charge. And then figure out how that's going to affect, you know, a lot of the time I'm up at 3 in the morning and I'm doing videos and graphics and things at 3 in the morning, and you know, that's my off time. I'm not babysitting at that point. But I scheduled my posts for my business page the day before. So those go out automatically. And when you have a business page on Facebook, you can do that. Or you can use, there's different programs that you can use to automatically send out your posts. I don't use those. I just go to my business page and have it automatically post. So that I'm still keeping updated and things like that during the day. I know your Chet is a little more adventurous than Glam Baby right now. Anybody? You want to see Glam Baby? I can have Mommy bring him here. Here he is. Hi, Kathy. Yes, we did do online school. Becca has 1 semester left. Thank you, dear. I love you. Have a great day. Becca has 1 semester left. She actually only has to take 1 class this semester, and it's online. So she has, say hi. So it'll be pretty easy to schedule around her. I know your guy's littler, so it's, I mean, with my kids in their online school, they pretty much did it themselves, and all I had to do was check their grades and do attendance. And Carrie is finished. I think she did that just so she could graduate before her sister, but she got her GED, which in Kansas counts as a high school diploma. And so she's all finished. So we are almost done with the homeschooling part. And really you just have to, you know, if you have to get up 15 minutes earlier or half hour earlier, get some stuff done, then do a little bit later on in the afternoon, do a little bit after supper, you know, that kind of thing. You just have to kind of schedule blocks of time when you're devoted to work. And you can do it in just small blocks of time. It doesn't have to be a full-time thing. You don't have to be on Facebook 24/7. That's crazy. But you can make it work around your life. It just depends on how bad you want to do it. I saw Kathy jumped on. Kathy does framing and things. And she framed a Harley Davidson license plate for my dad that he is in love with. He got it for Christmas. And I wanted to tell you, Kathy, he loved it. It was great. Thank you. Alright guys, well I am going to go play with Glam Baby. If you have any more questions, just drop them down below and I will check back and answer them later, okay? Love you. Bye.